one showed up? No one at all?
No, maybe they were frightened away by that nosy Augusta Lockridge.
What was she doing there?
I'm not sure. Maybe she's become a lush on top of her other many weaknesses. The whole thing made me very uncomfortable.
Brace yourself. It looks like it's going to get worse.
What do you mean?
Oh, don't be so reluctant. It'll only take a second. You see?
Augusta, I've been trying to tell you that I already know the Countess.
You do?
Yes, we've chatted on several occasions. It's nice to see you again, Mr. Capwell.
You're looking marvelous as usual.
Thank you. May I introduce my stepson? This is Dr. Marcello Monte. This is Mrs. Augusta Lockridge and Mr. C.C. Capwell.
How do you do? Ah, the psychiatrist. Your stepmother's been telling me a lot about you.
She has she?
Doctor, it's very nice to meet you.
Yes.
Contessa, I hope your accommodations are satisfactory. I've given our staff the alert to give you the best service we have.
Everyone has been very cordial.
You don't know how lucky you are. C.C. Capwell doesn't lend his presidential suite to just anyone.
Only those with impressive credentials, such as yours, Contessa.
Oh, isn't he charming?
Yes, he is. And Mr. Capwell, I would like to know how your daughter Kelly is. We've read in the papers that she is all right. Is this true?
She's fine, given some time.
It's a terrible ordeal for any person to go through, yes.
Well, she's a strong girl, and with the help of her husband, I'm sure she'll be all right.
At least you're finished with that dreadful killer.
Peter Flint. I'm afraid we're not done with him. In fact, I've just heard that he is still somewhere in town and that Kelly is still in jeopardy.
No, wait a minute. I heard that there was a suicide note and they'd found a body.
Unfortunately, it was the wrong body. And we're having trouble now trying to find Kelly to warn her. Please, if any of you see her, would you tell her to come directly to my house? I have security set up there.
We just saw her at the State Street bar, but she left. Of course, if we see her again, we will warn her immediately, yes.
Thank you. The police are looking for her, so I'm sure everything will be all right.
You didn't tell me about this, Cece.
You didn't ask. Please, everyone, excuse me. I do have to get back to my work.
Mr. Capwell, excuse me. Would you wait just a minute? I would like to offer any help I can for Kelly. I've met her on a few occasions, and she's an extraordinary young woman.
Your stepmother says you perform a sort of specialized psychiatry. I didn't know that sort of thing existed.
Well, there are many facets of psychiatry catering to the many facets of the human mind.
You seem to be very attached to your stepmother as a psychiatrist. How do you explain that?
That's easy. I like her.
Oh, and you're able to just leave your practice behind.
Oh, no, you see, I take my practice with me, sort of like the traveling salesman so popular in this country.
I imagine you fetch a very handsome price.
Unlike many in my profession, I work for the self-satisfaction of helping a person through their troubles. Because of my background, money has never been an object.
How fascinatingly humble of you.
Yes, isn't it?
Contessa, please let me understand. You are offering your stepson's services.
No one could be any better for her.
Well, I must admit that I am impressed by his credentials, and probably Kelly will need some help.
Marcello calls it counseling.
And he has taken care of this sort of thing before?
Oh, extensively.
Well, I want to check into his background further, and if he's as good as you say he is, then I will consider it. But right now, I am concerned for Kelly's physical being.
Yes, of course you are, and I don't mean to detain you. I just want to offer any assistance I can. When you have a daughter as special as Kelly is, you must protect her.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Let's see now. If she is a Contessa, then what does that make you? A count? A baron? I always get very confused by all those titles, although I must tell you, the idea of being a lady this or a lady that just really does appeal to me. Marcello, are you listening to me?
I'm so sorry. I just remembered a phone call that I have to make. Please, it was very nice to have met you, Mrs. Lockridge. I hope we have the chance to talk again. And goodbye.
Yes, I do too.